Good day guys, today we're looking at word problems involving multiplication of fraction. When you're faced with a word problem question, you are meant to complete two tasks. Now the first one is that you read the question. You can see my emphasis. You can then interpret the question. Once you've done this two, you've solved 50% of the problem. The rest it will be quite easy. Reading the question, there are certain questions you need to ask yourself. There are certain things you need to know as you read. The first thing you need to know is, what is the problem about? What's the general idea of the problem? Are they talking about certain students in a class? Are they talking about numbers of cars that passes the road? What is the general idea of the question? That's the first thing. Now once you've read and you've understood that, the next thing you'll be asking will be, what am I asked to find? Knowing fully well what the question is all about, then you ask, what exactly am I looking for? What exactly is the problem to solve? This is important because in some questions you might be asked to find how much a man saved having spent certain amount out of his salary. Now if you go ahead and solve for the amount he has spent and stop there, you would definitely be wrong because you have to find how much he saved. Okay, so you need to understand what they're asking for. Are they asking me to find the amount is spent? Am I asked to find the amount is saved? Point. Now the third one would be, what operation do I use? Am I to use addition, subtraction? Am I to multiply, divide? You have to understand this. And the way you can understand this is looking out for some keywords. Now this is quite dangerous in the sense that some keywords could be used to confuse you. So beyond looking for keywords, you need to understand the concept of the question. And that's why I usually say that one way to perfect your skills in solving word problems would be to solve as many. The only way you can be a good problem solver is by solving more problems. So the more you solve, the better you are at word problems. Okay, once you've known the operation to use, you have to ask yourself how, and that's the final question. How do I use this operation? For addition and multiplication, you might not have any issue of how to use it because any way you use it, you're good to go. But for subtraction, especially and division, if you place the number you ought to put at the front and the back, say you ought to have done 2 minus 3 and you did 3 minus 2, that will give you a wrong answer. So you need to know how to perform the operation. Am I to place this one? So that way, once you can get these three things clear and straight, then you can attack the question. By attack, I mean solve the problem. Okay, so let's solve some problems together. The first one here is saying, David's class of 40 students went to a picnic. 3/5 of them swam in the sea. Find the number of students that swam. The idea from the question is that some students went to enjoy themselves in the sea. They went out on a picnic with Mr. David. So what am I to find? I'm to find the number of students that swam. Okay, because not all of them could swim. Alright, so what do I do here? I already know that 3/5 of the total, the set of them, that means of the 40 students swam. So I'm done already. What do I just say? I'll say number of students that swam will be equal to 3/5 of the total students, which is what? 40. Knowing fully well that of means times, I'll change my of to multiplication, and I'll change my 40 to a fraction as well, having 40/1. So I'll check for a common factor. The common factor I'm having here for my numerator and denominator is 5. So I'll say 5 in 5 I have 1, 5 in 40 I have 8. I'm left with 3 times 8/1 times 1, which will give me what? 24 as my answer. Now don't just give your answer as a number. Since they gave you a word problem, you could also give them a word answer. Alright, so please make it in the form of a word. So you could say that therefore 24 people swam in the sea. Very much easy. Problem 2. Okay, the question is, a box and its contents weigh 64/5 kilograms. The box is 3/8 of this weight. What is the weight of the box? I'll read again. A box and its content weigh 64/5 kilograms. The box is 3/8 of this weight. What is the weight of the box? Okay, now the idea from this one is a box and its content. That means the total weight of that box with the content is 64/5 kilograms. So that means maybe there's some books in the box, or there's some chocolates, or there's some dictionaries, or there's some cars in the box, you never can tell. So, but the total weight of the box and its contents is 64.5 kilogram. And of this weight, the box alone is weighing 3/8. So I have to find the weight of the box. What do I just do? I would say that the weight of the box will be equal to 3/8, okay, of the total weight, which is 64/5. Very easy. Okay, then my help will change to multiplication. Now I'll check for a common factor, which is 8 in this case. So 8 divided by 8 is 1, and then 8 is 64, I have 8. I am then left with 3 times 8 over 1 times 5, because there is no other common factor. And that will give me 24/5. But as you know, you cannot leave your answer as an improper fraction. You have to change to a mixed number. Why? Because the 5 might just die, so please change. So I have that the weight of the box is equal to 4 whole number 4/5 kilogram, and that's it. Final problem, or final example. A boy is 1 to 3 meter tall. His sister is 1/5 times as tall as he. What is his sister's height? For this question, they've given you what we call on the side expo. They've given you what to do already. You can see that times there, it's so obvious. So you know you have to even multiply. Although they could twist it, so just please understand the concept before you jump in. But for this one, there is no twisting. We have to multiply. Okay? Reading again. A boy is 1 to 3 meter tall. His sister is 1/5 times as tall as he. So what is his sister's height? How do I solve this one? I'll have that his sister's height is equal to 1/5 times the boy's height, which is 1 to 3. So I would have to change the mixed number to an improper fraction. For my 1/1/5, we've changed to what? 6/5. I got that by saying 5 times 1 plus 1 as my numerator over 5. Also, the other one will change to 5/3. That's saying 3 times 1 plus 2, and that's 5/3. Now I'll check for a common factor for my numerator and denominator. 5 is common, so I'll say 5 and 5 I have 1, 5 and 5 I have 1. Also 3 is common, so I'll say 3 and 3 I have 1, and 3 and 6 I have what? 2. I'm left with 2 times 1 over 1 times 1, which will give me 2 as my final answer. So therefore, the sister's height is equal to 2 meter. That's 200 centimeter tall. Alright. Ask you a question on the example 1. The example 1 says we should find a student that swam. Now in the comment section, you could tell me how many students did not swim. How do I find that? I found that 24 pupils actually swam in the sea. How many students did not swim? Tell me the ways you can find that. Tell me your answer in the comment section. Alright, that will be all for now. So we'll see you again next time. Bye.
Drop it.